Liam, a point here at the Bet365 Stadium. Can you give us your thoughts on the performance and the result?
Yeah, it's probably two things on that. The result, I think, is it's a good point. A tough place to come against a side that are in a good spot. So you know how difficult it is to come here. And I think you've got the performance element. I thought if you break the game down, I thought the first 20-25, we a little bit too passive, went back too quickly with the ball. And then I thought 25 minutes in, we actually got a little bit of a hold. I thought we showed good control out of possession. Showed a few moments where we were a bit braver with the ball, which we have to be better at, and scored a fantastic goal. I thought the goal was excellent. And then second half, we have to get better at managing leads. I think that's the biggest bit. When you look at second halves, when we're ahead, our default at the minute is to drop and defend a little bit rather than go and be brave and take the ball. So we know where we're at. We're quite clear where we're at in our journey. We've got a huge amount of work to do, but I think while we're going through a little bit of pain performance-wise, we have to make sure that we continually pick up points along the way. And to be fair to the lads, I thought they gave everything today.
You made 5 changes before the game. Can you give us some of your thought process behind them?
Yeah, obviously enforced on some. I think in terms of just disappointed last week. I spoke obviously honestly afterwards, and I thought and the bare minimum that anyone should expect is people to give all and show energy and have intent in their work. Doesn't mean they're always going to get it right, but I thought the lads coming on last week did that, and some people have had to be patient to wait for that opportunity, and I think that was the one. We've got the squad. We know we need to use the competition, and people need to step up and deliver.
One trend that continued from last week is conceding immediately after the break. Is that something that's concerning for you? Is there things that we can do better for the start of the second half?
Yeah, it's something we're aware of, something we've looked at, and something that we have to stop. I think that's the biggest bit. I think of course we'll look in house. We'll assess everything. We'll is it half-time team talks? Is it giving them a strategy start of the second half? I think it's one of those where we're aware of it, and it's something that we have to stop if we want to find ourselves getting through that first 10-15 minutes. I think at the start of the second half, if you get through that, I think the game then potentially settles. Whereas today, again, same as last week, you concede so early that naturally you give them a massive lift in momentum, and like I say, it's something that we've got to be better at.
It's the second goal now in 2 games for Jovan. How have you found his progress with the group?
Been really pleased with him. I think when even today you look at the impact he had. I thought he up against a hugely experienced quality player in Aaron Cresswell. I thought he caused him some problems at times with his physicality and his directness, and that's the bit I get. I spoke a lot about the group. I get to see the qualities, so I know the goal we produced is something that we're capable of. It's just how do we hit that level more often, and how do we manage the game? How do we make sure that we're not just a transitional team that defends deep and then counter-attacks. There's a time and a place where as a group, like I said, where we're at, we have to be hard to beat, stay connected, and then show moments of quality in attack. And the goal was excellent.
On to West Brom on Wednesday. How important is it to start getting some points on the board at home?
Yeah, of course, really important, and we're clear of that. It's the performance as well. I think I think when you look at it, we have to be so much better. We have to be a lot more dominant, a lot more, a lot braver. I think that's the biggest bit. Before we even talk about tactics and structures, it's the desire, it's the bravery, it's the mindset to go out and go, right, we're at home, we're going to dominate. So we'll see how everyone is after today. We'll make sure we get in for recovery. We'll obviously start train starting next week and be ready to go.